if Asian people look after Asian people, it doesn't mean because you look after Asian people you hate everybody else. Do you understand? That's not what it means. If I look after black people first, I don't hate everybody else, bro. That's not what I do. I say I love you guys. Let's work together. I'm speaking to you now. I don't hate you. I literally don't hate you, bro. But I do love black people. So if I need to speak to you for any reason, I will speak to you. I ain't got a problem with you. But my first concern is going to be for the black people.
Going back to something you said earlier about because you're black, you should only obviously look after black people. In effect, that's what I said.
You shouldn't own it. I'm saying you shouldn't own it. What I'm saying is,
you basically said every colour should have.
What I'm saying is that have you ever been on a plane?
Yeah, that's it.
What does it say when the mask comes down? What does it say you should do? Put the mask on yourself first before you try and put it on anybody else. Do you know why? Because if you're the one suffering first, you can't really be concerning yourself with the other people suffering. You've got to look out for self first. That's literally what the plane says.
With that is that if white people did that, that would be classed as racism.
Yeah. That's down to you. I don't class it as racism. That's logic to me.
The general people would. I know you're
I don't care what general people. I'm me.
I'm just asking you, what do you think of that? So,
I would say it's a very smart thing to do.
If we applied that to every area and said black people look after black people, Asians look after Asians,
first,
whites look after whites.
Yeah. Clean up your
Blacks
house
and
first.
Asians, we won't go anywhere because the whites still be at the top and we can't.
No.
We just have to.
No.
Yeah, they're doing that now.
Yeah. Okay, I think you're conflating this. I think you're confusing it.
It's something you said earlier. So.
Yeah, no, but I understand what I said. And I say if Asian people look after Asian people, it doesn't mean because you look after Asian people you hate everybody else. Do you understand? That's not what it means. If I look after black people first, I don't hate everybody else, bro. That's not what I do. I say I love you guys. Let's work together. I'm speaking to you now. I don't hate you. I literally don't hate you, bro. But I do love black people. So if I need to speak to you for any reason, I will speak to you. I ain't got a problem with you. But my first concern is going to be for the black people.
You have to look after himself before he can look after you.
I get that.
I got to put the mask on myself first, bro.
Everything's not black and white like you think, because there'll be a lot of people that'll be in the middle. So if the geezer's mixed races, that's why it's one's black.
You're now asking me to concern myself with things.
So you're
asking me to concern myself with other things now. It's like, this is what it seems like. I'm telling you my agenda. I'm telling you black and white exactly what I'm about. And you're trying to bring something in to bring a red herring.
I'm just
so
thinking,
Sarah, concern yourself with someone else. Concern yourself with someone else. I know who I'm concerned with.
Okay, so I'm just thinking, how would you be able to apply that? That's
not my problem.
Okay.
That's a bit
If mixed race people got a problem, they should chat to mixed race people and deal with their problems. If Asian people got a problem, I'm just saying, why would I interfere in mixed race people's problems? Why would I do that? Is that for me to concern myself with? Or should mixed race people really be doing that? Should I go to China and be like, hey, Chinese people, yeah, you see your problems you got here, yeah? They're going to be like, who's this black guy coming in our meeting, like, trying to concern himself with, oh shit. They're going to do what they want to do for their people, and they're allowed to.
Who's at the top of the economic ladder?
The top of the economic ladder currently is white males. Generally, it's white males.
How do they get there? How do they get there? By concerning their people, concerning themselves and other people's business.
Right, so they concern them.
That's
fantastic.
That's what I'm trying.
So to get to the top, so I don't concern myself in everything.
So that means to get to the top, according to you, you have to do what they done.
No.
Otherwise, you'll still be stuck at the bottom.
No.
How else then?
You're telling me there's only one model. You're telling me. No, if that's their model.
How long have they been at the top as well, so we can see if it's successful?
If that's their model, yeah, that's their model.
Has it been successful for a long time?
For them, yeah.
Your model hasn't worked, so
I'm just starting my model, bro. What are you talking about?
No, there are different sections in history, okay? So at certain points, the ancient Egyptians were there. At certain points, the Asians were there. At certain points, America was there. At certain point, Britain was there. Allegedly, now, it's going to be Japan or China.
They talk about countries. He's talking about
colour.
So what? It's a different thing.
Do you know what I think people think that to concern yourself with your people means you hate everyone else. And I want to break that narrative. I think that's a very stupid thing to do. I think that's a very stupid thing to think. Because I said I wouldn't concern myself with Chinese problems. I literally wouldn't. The only way I concern myself with a Chinese problem is the Chinese side interfering in my shit. That's when I start concerning. I'll be like, you know what, do your shit, yeah, I'm gonna do mine. And if we chat and we gotta go back and forth and trade and all that kind of shit, that's cool. But don't concern yourself in my affair. Just like I wouldn't run into your house and be like, hey, what are you doing? You see that? You should do that in your house. And you take your shoes off. That's how you run your house, bro. I don't concern myself in your house.
So in practical terms, because I know what you said about working together and stuff, how would you actually be able to do it? That's what I want to know.
Fantastic.
Give me some practical ways.
Fantastic. You have Japan, you have China, you have India, and they've all got stuff that each other needs.
Yeah.
Right? You can trade together. You don't say, oh, because he's Japanese, I'm not going to trade with him. That's dumb. You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, but we're not talking about a country. We're talking about race, black people. So there's black people here. There's black people in France. How are you proposing getting them all together in one country? Is that what you're saying?
No. So black people are everywhere. I can't just say one country. That's our country.
So I don't get it. So how would you trade with those?
Because is there Chinatown here?
Yeah.
That's economic, yeah.
There's actually Chinatown here.
And that's economic.
Okay. Do Arabs own Edgware Road?
Jews.
And
It's not saying, oh, go back to your country. That's what I'm saying.
Where it's full of Japanese
Saudi Arabia,
people.
they're on a different basis.
Arabs and all these people, all the Chinese that own these places, like you mentioned, they still work with a white man at the top.
Right.
They don't segregate themselves and say, look at Saudi Arabia. Look at fucking
How
Saudi
about
Arabia.
Is that what you think I'm proposing?
What about
I'm not
Saudi
saying that.
Arabia?
I'm just saying, to do that, you still need to be connected with them and work with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But what about Saudi Arabia?
You can bloody go on holiday there. What
What's
the
wrong with
hell?
Saudi Arabia?
I'm asking you now.
Saudi Arabia, they do lots of deals and business deals behind closed
Very
doors.
much like the Japan. That's what the Japanese do.
He's acting like
We have
I'm saying,
deals
oh,
with
don't
all
go to Japan for a holiday.
No.
Don't go to Europe for a
No,
holiday.
I asked
Fuck
you.
him.
I know what you're saying about you use the Chinese standard example. I get that now. So that
Right.
makes sense to me.
Right.
Saudi
So I'm
Arabia's
saying-
not
I'm saying
close
it's a lot of difficult tasks because black people are not all in one country centralized, apart from Africa, obviously.
Right. So Africa would be the base, I guess, right? Just like Saudi Arabia is a base for Islam or whatever. But there's not just Muslims just in Saudi Arabia. There's not just Japanese in Japan. There's not just Chinese. The Chinese are everywhere now.
So would you
but
propose-
China is always the base. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. It's not necessarily about all being in one place. It's just about us helping one another.
Right, it's a mentality.
Like,
It's
if
a
you work-
mentality.
you can't-
Right.
Like, it's very hard to work in a Japanese
Do you think
bank.
that's to do with actually just educating black people and getting them together and actually?
I've got to educate my people first because we're the ones that, for me, in my opinion, we're the ones that are most lost. In my opinion.
You don't think that
In my opinion.
You don't think that we'd be able to do that through normal schools? That has to be like.
No, that hasn't worked. That
Not
hasn't
through any
worked.
schools that
Let's
are
be
our own,
honest.
yeah.
It hasn't
It'd have
worked.
to be black schools, wouldn't it?
We'd have to
You propose separate black schools.
We'd have to educate our
like religious schools.
If not a separate black school, if not, we have to at least instill in our children when they're not in an all black school, that sense of
That mentality.
Of course, but it's not about hating anybody else. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, people think that literally what I say is, oh, I'm gonna start lynching people and cutting off their heads. It's like, no, bro.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Because
It's like,
some touchy people could actually turn it around and say,
because people are emotionally led. Listen, told you, I can sit down with anyone. Literally, I'll sit down with a KKK member. I don't care. But I want to see what's inside his head
I watch
first.
your videos of people accuse you stuff like I never believe it. I'm like, look, you can't say that because I know what you're saying. I can see the case.
But now, what people
no one
say
else is doing it.
is that Sa Ra is a black supremacist. As if I'm proposing people being lynched, killed, burning crosses, shooting up people. That's what they think.
They say that about
That's just when people can't have an argument. They throw
No,
around.
but I tell you why. Because when you say nationalism, the only mental vision when we really have nationalism is white nationalism. Generally, burning crosses and the KKK and Jim Crow, we have that mentality about that's what nationalism is. So we kind of have one view of nationalism. That's what the nationalism I'm proposing. That's too time. I've not got time to be plotting and killing people. I ain't got time for that shit. I've got too much shit to do, bro.
You want the economic side. That's what you're talking about.
Thank you. Social economics. We love it.